Hogwarts Legacy. Potterheads were waiting for it. Non-Potterheads were waiting for it. We all loved the trailers. We all were really excited with the news about an open world Harry Potter game, which would not feature Harry Potter. Instead, you would make your own character, you would choose your own house, and everyone will go to Gryffindor. But I'm a Hufflepuff, according to Pottermania. I don't know which website. I don't know the name of the website, but at least my Patronus is a stallion, so I'm fine with that, you know. But I gotta say, when it comes to Harry Potter, I never really cared much for the books, and I know somewhere someone is just with a torch and a pitchfork say heretic, heretic, but I don't care. Seriously, I couldn't care less about the books. I thought they were very full of useless description and not really that interesting. I don't know. Everyone in my school loved it. Not everyone, but like most people wanted it, loved it. But I was not one of them. But I gotta say that I loved the first book the first time I watched it. I watched the second movie. It was okay. It was okay. Had its moments. The third, I didn't go to the movies to watch it. I watched it at home or at a friend's home. I don't remember now. But it was the one that I had the least amount of memories that I, had loved the least, I would say, or liked the least. But the fourth, The Goblet of Fire, was the one that made me think, now this is a series that I want to. This is a franchise that I am now invested, and I did not. Well, the Half-Blood Prince made me kind of regret that, so I was like, yeah, I'm back at not loving it, and I loved Deathly Hallows Part One. I still don't know how I feel about Part Two. But I gotta say, my favorite is The Order of Phoenix for many reasons. And I think it's the one that the people that read the books loathe or really despise. I don't know. It's the one that gave me Luna. It's the one that had probably my favorite soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is majestic. That movie, I think the atmosphere is great, you know. And I think the acting is also surprisingly good. It's the one that gives not Lucius Malfoy, sorry. It's the one that gives Bellatrix Lestrange, which is Helena Bonham Carter doing Helena Bonham Carter, and it's awesome. Um, but it's the one that, you know, made me feel that they were not kids anymore. I think the thing that made the first Harry Potter's like prior to the Goblet of Fire not appeal that much to me was the fact that I felt it was a little bit too childish, although very rich in lore, you know. But I gotta say, regarding Hogwarts Legacy, I was really excited about it because I too think that the Wizarding World would make a phenomenal open world game. And not only that, we have franchises that people should be paying attention, should be, making better games with the IPs, such as X-Men, especially the Krakoa era. I have an idea for a very good X-Men game regarding this Krakoa era. But we're talking about Harry Potter, we're talking about Hogwarts Legacy, and now, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, I'm the gamer on the budget, and this is my of Hogwarts Legacy. Now, this game, right? What to say about this game? Uh, mm, well, I gotta say, I had a very good time, and let's start with the positive, right? Because there are many positive aspects regarding this game. The first one I will say is that the atmosphere. This game oozes Harry Potter atmosphere, like Hogwarts atmosphere. I think the name of Hogwarts Legacy is very well deserved. The very first minutes of the game make me feel like I'm part of that world, of the wizarding world. And I remember being like on the edge of my seat, thinking, "Oh my God, it's starting. I'm creating my character. I'm actually making my character and all that." And I love RPGs that that allow me to create my own character. But we live in a post-BioWare world. Creating your character is not only it's simple now. And I wish more games would give us this opportunity. But if your game only allows us that, well, this is nice, but what about actually making me feel like I'm part of the story? I know that this game is built upon an existing lore, so they cannot change much. They cannot maybe give us those intricate BioWare wheel dialogues, dialogue wheels, actually. But I gotta say, I felt a bit disappointed in not being able to really change anything towards the story, like having some choice, having a relationship, actually experiencing my life in Hogwarts. I created a character that would be part of a game, of a larger story, which is not that interesting. I gotta say, the main story of this game is a little bit mundane for a game that like part of its lore is residents that think that the Muggle world is boring and inferior and all that. The wizarding world, the people in this world have very little to contribute. You know, I felt that my character, which I loved creating, although I gotta say, the creative character options felt limited, felt like I was playing in parts. Because I do think that Mass Effect Andromeda character creation is richer than Hogwarts Legacy. I think Hogwarts Legacy is more on par with the Division type of character creation. And I love the fact that the character is voiced, everything there is voiced, like a very good BioWare game, although it's a WB game. But we live in a post-BioWare game in which your character has to allow the player to be part of that world and not only be just an avatar for you to control, throw some spells, kill some characters, earn some levels, and move on with the story. So I felt that the game did not deliver that well on that part. I remember reading about not being able to have romances, not being able to choose the outcomes of things. I think you have one or two choices, and like really major choices. It didn't really change anything because the ending is the ending. That's it. The ending is the ending. Nothing will change. Maybe you will hear one character saying that another was expelled and all that, but not really that important, right? Well, regarding the main story, as I said, I felt it was a bit repetitive, but I think the game shines, really shines, with its side quests, especially character-related side quests. Now, I don't remember having that many fetch quests. I remember having very good side characters that were much more interesting than the main villain, than the main antagonist, than the main character, because they actually felt like fleshed out characters. While our main character is just someone that has a destiny to fulfill. Like you're the typical chosen one. But your friends, on the other hand, and your teachers are, what a delight. I think they are so well realized, especially Sebastian and Poppy. I think Sebastian and Poppy are, they give us very good insights, and they kind of take us to the the two like the main series, which is the Harry Potter series, and the Fantastic Beasts, which was not really that popular, but I like how the game made us experience uh, 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 both narratives and in a very juicy way. Like when you go with Sebastian, since he's a Slytherin, you see his story like in a darker tone. Whereas with Poppy, she is a Hufflepuff. You see her like you get in touch with some other creatures that the movies made me fall in love with, and it's so rewarding to see them and to actually uh, pet them, uh, make them feel like it's kind of like playing Pokemon with Monster Ranger and stuff. It's very rewarding. I'm not gonna spoil. I'm gonna try not to spoil that for you if you haven't played it yet. But it's Poppy. I think is my favorite character because of that. The way she is involved, and the way that her plot is involved with those creatures made my heart melt so many times, and I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting, this is so exciting. And those were the best aspects of the game. I gotta say that although Sebastian's route is also very interesting, the game is a bit coward. I don't know if the game is a bit coward. Gotta say, I don't know if the game is a bit coward on that, and making you like allowing you to use the forbidden spells. I forgot if that's how they call it, the forbidden spells, but without having any consequence. Are they really forbidden, or are they forbidden in this game because I need to do some missions in order to actually be able to cast them? But you the game would benefit so much from a morality system, and therefore it comes the Bioware aspect. This game feels exactly like you're playing the mage character of Dragon Age Inquisition. It feels exactly like that, and whoever says it's not, it's just fooling themselves. The game feels exactly like you're playing, which is, in my opinion, is the best class of that game, although the rogue is also very interesting, but it feels a lot like that. And It lets you experiment in not only being a caster, but also being like a potion maker, or um, like making some other. Well, those are all potions and all that, but letting you use mandragoras, letting you use those carnivore plants, which I forgot the name now. So I'm so bad with names regarding the wizarding world, but it allows you to experiment a lot. Yes, you can be a caster in a very simple, yet simple combat, which I had fun. But the moment I got the forbidden spells, the unforgivable, that's the name, the unforgivable spells, uh, I the game got much easier than it already was. But then suddenly, in some boss fights, with like you have to guess, but the game is not really clear on how to defeat some enemies, and which makes the difficulty curve go up in a very irregular way. And I don't know how I feel about that, but I know that I don't feel good, you know. I don't know if it's enough for it to hinder the game, but it's weird. Regarding the soundtrack, I think the soundtrack of the game is incredible. The voices are so beautiful, so well acted. It's incredible, incredible. The technical aspects of the game, even for the Xbox One, though, like when you're mounting a beast, the game kind of crashes a bit, or the frame rate drops, and many performance issues, uh, uh, many performance issues. You know, depending on the areas, if there are many enemies, you can also experience uh, the game taking forever to render, which is bad. And I don't care if it's a game that has been ported for a inferior system, ported better, port key games. So um, overall, I will say that Hogwarts Legacy felt abandoned by its own creators. And this is something very serious. And I think this is why the game will never reach its potential, because the creators simply forgot about it for no reason. The game is oozing potential, like leaking potential. You can milk this like a golden cow that very few game companies have. And you simply decided to abandon it because maybe, just maybe you are producing Hogwarts Legacy 2? I mean, why not give us a DLC? Why not give us, a DLC that would let us, that would allow us to explore the Ministry of Magic, or a little bit more of. I know it's supposed to be about Hogwarts and all that, but like, let us know a bit more, like, about the unforgivable spells. Let us know a bit more of Hogwarts lore. You gave us a very basic main story with incredibly rich side stories, incredibly rich characters, except for the main character. Why would you abandon this? Why would you abandon it? It's infuriating to see a work of art with so much potential not being used, not being invested on, you know. I will say that although J.K. Rowling, I absolutely disagree with what she says, what she believes, what she thinks of minorities, which we don't need people like her spouting ignorance, spouting hateful comments, hateful thoughts, and thinking this is just, oh, it's my opinion, it's my opinion, it's my opinion. Who cares about your opinion, lady? Like, who cares? Who the hell cares about your opinion? I know that she's the creator on that, but I think it's time to use Harry Potter and the Wizarding World as a product, and like just leave her out of that, because this is also something that I think made me uneasy to play this game. It's just because, I really like the story revolving that, and I think a game is made by many more people than just one crazy writer. So I don't think I also don't think it's fair with the devs. I don't think it's fair uh, uh, with the composers. I don't think it's fair with the actors that voice this. I don't think it's fair with all the workers involved to punish their work due to the unfortunate words of that crazy lady. And this is also a reason why this. But if this was a reason why this game was abandoned, then they wouldn't be allegedly producing a second one. So, or even the HBO Max series and all that. It's honestly, it's very unfortunate, and I think not only I felt frustrated with this game, but maybe the devs also, because I think they wanted this game to continue to have at least one or two, maybe three DLCs, because a game like this should have that, you know. And it's unfortunate because after you finish the game, there is nothing left to do, nothing else to do. It's dead. It's just dead, like is it worth the investment? No, not full price. Maybe if it ever goes on Game Pass, then yes. Maybe if you find it on sale, like more than 50%, yes. But for you to invest your money on this, like full price, no. It is a. I'll give credit where credit is due. It is a full-fledged game, but unfortunately, is a very short and basic full-fledged game. But technically speaking, very beautiful. You can tell there is much love poured inside this game, and you can see when you play it, you will see that it's despite her words of hatred and disgust, it's made by true artists, true true visionaries, and for people that really, really love making games, making this medium, And it's just sad to see a work like this basically discontinued for no reason at all, other than maybe they were just experimenting. I don't know, conjecture after conjecture. I'm here just to honestly just to say if it's worth your investment or not, and I say that no, not really. But you have fun when you play it. You have a lot of fun. With that being said, I give Hogwarts Legacy a 7.5. Thank you for watching, and what did you think? Have you played this game? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment down below and subscribe today, and also check the channel for more content. I'll see you all. Bye bye.